Okay, back to our consonants now. These are our consonants. Now, as I was saying before, you have some letters here in Tamil that are tricky. They have different. Sometimes they have different pronunciations, but don't worry about it. Just you'll get used to it over time. Just read. You read Tamil. Just read Tamil. Use Tamil often, and you'll get used to it, to the letters. So don't worry about it too much. Don't stress yourself out and say, oh, I don't know when to use this letter. Just practice, practice, practice. You'll get used to it. Okay, so let's start off here. We have this ka here. Ka. Now it has two different sounds depending on the position. So you have it can sound like ka or ha. So this is either ka or ha. Then you have nga, nasal, nga, nga. And then you have cha or sa. Two sounds. Cha, sa. Cha, sa. And then here you have this letter nia. And I put the squiggle on top as in mañana. And in Spanish, mañana. Nia, nia. And then you have ta or da, two sounds, ta or da. And you have na, na. There's a this is a strong N. Na, na. And then here, this letter here, I think is aspirated like a ta, like ta. And so you have ta or da, da. So two sounds for this letter here, and this is letter used for Tamil, Tamil. Okay, and here you have na. This is not a strong na. This is soft na. And you have this letter here, pa or ba. Two sounds, pa or ba. And then you have ma, ya, ra, ra, la, va. And you have another la here. Yeah, this is another la. So you have la here and a la here. And then this la here is a la. It's a strong L. Maybe I should. La. 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 This letter here. La. And here is a ra, 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 ra. Those of you who can't roll R's, trust me, anybody can roll R's. You say, oh, some people will say, I don't have a talent for doing it down. That's not an excuse. Because I didn't know how to, a couple years back, I didn't know how to roll my tongue. I swear. Ra, ra, ra. I couldn't do that. It just takes practice. You just have to keep practicing. At first it's going to be hard. You want to make it flat like but you just got to keep playing around with it. Keep practicing, and eventually you will be able to ra, ra, ra. So I'm sure anyone can learn how to roll R's. You just have to practice often, practice a lot. Okay, and then here you have the na, na. Okay, this is a soft na. So those are your consonants for Tamil. Like I said, they're not that difficult. The only thing, some of the letters are tricky because you have two different sounds. But it's like that in Hindi as well. Hindi has letters that having the same sound, and it's hard to distinguish the difference between those sounds. But it's okay. Like I said, just keep practicing. Just get used to it. Don't need to stress yourself out. Pull your hair out, try to figure out what the differences are, and just go ahead and memorize it. Okay, and just listen to audio, and just get used to it. So those are your consonants for the Tamil. Now I need to tell you guys about something else. When I first started learning Tamil, this is what I thought was confusing. I have a Tamil book, but it didn't explain it about the dots. You will see certain letters with dots on them. And, I didn't know what those meant. I had no clue what those meant. But the course I recently found did a good job on explaining that, and I will put that in the link. I'll put that link in the description for you guys. It did a pretty good job on explaining this dot here. Now, there are two different scenarios for this dot. The first scenario is when it's at the end of a letter. Okay, let's take one random letter here. The ma. Let's take the ma. Where's ma? Right there, right? So let's take ma. And put the letter on top. Okay? You see that? Now, it's not ma anymore. This is not ma. This is ma here. This is ma, but this isn't ma. This isn't ma. This is ma, but this isn't ma. This is a So when you have a letter like this with a dot on the top, it's just telling you that it's at the end of a sentence, and it's going to just be a Now the example I've written here for you guys, Tamil, the language Tamil, right here, Tamil, Tamil, Tamil. Now here, as you can see, the M is here, but it's connected with the vowel, the E, which I'm going to make a chart after this, after the next part. It's connected with the E, making it an E, me. So Tamil, and it's the L. And as you can see, it has a dot on top of the L. It has a dot on top of the L, so it's going to be a not a la, not la, but Tamil, Tamil. So that's the first scenario. Okay, that's the first scenario for that dot. That's where you will see that dot. You will see at the end, it will be on top of the letter at the end of the sentence. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's the first rule. That's the first rule for that. Now the second scenario is when you have a double consonant. Okay, let's take, for example, vanakam, 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 vanakam. We all know vanakam. Okay, so vanakam, here is written, vana, vana, vanakam, vanakam. Okay, first scenario we just learned, at the end, as a dot, so okay, we just learned that. Now, we have this ka. You see how we have two K's here, right? We have two K's. Normally, the dot is on the top of the first one, and it's just telling you that there's a double consonant there. You have two consonants, and they just put the dot there whenever there are two different, whenever there are two of the same consonants, they put the dot on the top. So that's the second scenario you want to keep in mind. That's where you're going to have a dot. You're going to have the dot on top of the first letter before the next letter of that same letter. So double consonant, the first letter will take the dot. Okay, and that's our example. Vanakam, vanakam. Okay, and here in red, I just put with the dots over there, like ka, like eek. Let's just take a random vowel, e. So eek is the k sound. See, eek, in, e, and then eek, eek. So that's the dots on top of the letters are just telling you that they're at the end of the sentence, and you don't pronounce like p, it won't be pa with that dot. It would just be a p sound. Eek, eek. So that's pretty simple. It's not really that complicated. Now, the next part I'm going to make, it's going to be for the Grantha letters. And I'll explain to you what the Grantha letters are. So this will conclude the video for the consonants. These are all the consonants you need to know for Tamil. And I told you the rule over here for the dots. So I'll make a chart and I'll list some more examples for you so you guys can, get used to it. And I will also send you I'll post a link for the course you could use, because it's a really good course. So that will conclude this video for the consonants of Tamil, and now we have the Grantha letters coming up. So I will see you guys in a bit.